Hello, everyone. Welcome to the DPB podcast. This is episode number 42 for the week of May 23rd, 2016.
There you go. That's right.
24.
Oh, this is for.
Going back in time.
Yeah, yeah. I think
So
I think
24.
I think it's
Oh,
like it's inverse. So like this is 42, or that's I don't know. We'll see how that works out.
yeah.
Lots and lots happening. It is great to be part of the initial podcast for Disney Pins blog. Disney Pins blog podcast of the Disney Pins blog and the Disney Pins blog, the Disney Pins blog podcast. We hope to hear all about it.
Welcome back, everyone. It is Ryan and Matt with Disney Pins blog. How's it going?
It's going pretty well, Ryan. It's going pretty well. I just want to making a quick disclaimer. I am feeling under the weather right now, so if my voice sounds a little bit different, I apologize. I'm fighting a sore throat and a cold right now, so yeah, just
Hope you feel better.
Thank you. Just a little thing, and then also, Ryan, we have a little bit of a good and sad news at the same time, I guess. Next week, the week of May 30th, which is Memorial Day, there will not be a DPP podcast. Will not be a podcast that week. We are taking a little bit of a break. Ron's going to be out of town, and we're just going to enjoy Memorial Day weekend. And so just saying it out there, no podcast. But there will be content on both the YouTube channel as well as the iTunes podcast area, Ryan.
Yep. It'll be up on the website as well. So a little something special for you guys.
Yeah,
Are we going to announce it now or now?
Yeah, why not? I mean,
right.
yeah.
Go for it.
All right, so excuse me. So right now we pre-recorded content from a couple of weeks ago, and it is called the Disney Parks Tag. Ron and I ask each other questions to see how best we know each other on Disney and our personal Disney stuff. So like, what's your favorite this? What's your favorite anything really? And I'm gonna see if I know Ryan best or Ryan knows me best, and I don't even know what the score was at the end of the day. It was a whole bunch of good time.
I don't even know if we tallied it up, to be honest.
That's very true. Well,
That was such a blur. We recorded it like at midnight, I think.
It was a fun time. So
It was.
So that video is going to be up on May 30th, which is Memorial Day, which is a Monday. And there will also be an audio version for everyone who's listening, anyone who's listening to the podcast and not watching it on YouTube. If you are watching on YouTube, you're able to see some like little special effects there. But just to keep it simple and less confusing for the people who are listening, it's just a generic what we're going to be a little fun thing that we're doing. But I'll put some little added fun over on the YouTube channel because you can see it and then it makes more sense seeing it instead of listening to it. So we do have content coming that way. We will not be doing a podcast. We're just taking a little break over Memorial Day weekend. So there's a quick announcement there.
All right, cool. All right, well, we have lots of pin news to talk about this week, so
Yes, we
let's
do.
jump right in. Starting off with a bang,
Boom.
this past week, we got a preview of the 45th anniversary pins for the Magic Kingdom at Walt Disney World. So Disney Parks blog put out a video, and we have pictures up on the website. We have there's a pin trading starter set that is going to be released, and these are going to be released in the fall. They didn't give us an exact date, but the 45th anniversary is October 2nd, so I'm assuming these pins will be released a little bit beforehand.
Yeah.
But yeah, the pin trading starter set comes with a 45th anniversary lanyard and 4 different character pins. And then they gave us a preview of 2 open edition pins, one featuring Mickey Mouse and the other one featuring Tinkerbell. Both have the 45th anniversary logo on them. So this is like a little bit of a preview of the pins that we're going to be seeing coming. I'm assuming there's going to be limited edition pin releases as well as we get closer to the date.
Yeah, I think it's pretty interesting that, when they have an event like this, you see the open or limited edition pins, but you never see a starter set.
Right.
of that stature. And it comes with a really cool lanyard with the starter set. It says 45 and the old school Disney logo. And then even if you look down deeper into the pins, there's a Mickey and Pluto in the starter set that says 45, celebrating 45 years. But then there's two other pins, one featuring Donald and the other one, it's quite. Can you tell what the other one is, Ryan?
I don't know. I was thinking it was maybe Minnie
or Goofy. It's really hard to tell, but their numbers is 71, meaning the date that Disney World opened, 1971.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So that's pretty cool that they incorporated both 45 years and the date that it was there, 71. So that's pretty cool there. But yeah, I think it's really awesome that we got a sneak preview, and October is pretty long ways, so we'll probably get a lot more information once it gets closer.
Yep. And speaking of October 1st is the 4th anniversary, and then the very next day, October 2nd, is our pin event at Walt Disney World. So if you're in town for the celebrations, stop by our pin trading event. More details will be coming soon on that. We don't have a set venue yet, but we will be posting hopefully within the next month or so. All right, moving on to Disney Store this week. Earlier on Monday of May 16th, there was a surprise pin release at Disney Store. I still think this pin set is available. It was a limited edition of 800, but has a retail price of $79.95, and you get 4 different pins. One featuring Dory, some of the new characters like the otters, there's like a whale, and then the octopus, which is Hank. Then it comes in a pretty cool gift box as well. So that's a nice set.
Yeah, I've been listening to. I was at Magic Kingdom just the other night, and I'm seeing a lot of Dory in this this what is it, teapot kettle.
The coffee pot or whatever.
Whatever it is. And so I'm seeing it in pins. I'm seeing it in merchandise. It's on this set right now. There's even a pin on it that Hank is holding her in a coffee. So this must be really significant to the story. And either this is a really funny scene or a really sad scene or something along those lines, because I'm seeing that coffee pot and her in it everywhere. So
yeah,
we'll see what that is. But I mean, these were the same pins that were in the UK, right?
Right, that's correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so we finally get them in the U.S. So that's awesome.
Right.
I think these pins are nice, especially the one with Dory and then Marlin and Nemo.
Definitely.
Yeah, those are pretty cool.
I'm excited for the new movie to come out.
Oh yeah, June 17th.
Yeah, can't wait.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Disney Store, over in Japan, we had some exclusive pins that released. These are very unique pins. There's nothing like these really in America, but they're embroidered pins, which basically is like a cloth type material. It's not metal, and the back doesn't have a pin back on it. It's the clasp, so it doesn't have like a Mickey back on it. But
it makes it a little bit unique in its own way.
Yeah. So our friends over in Japan sent us some photos of these new character pins. I'm not going to go through all of them, but you do have the classic characters, some from Monsters Inc., Stitch, Winnie the Pooh. You can see all the pictures up at DisneyPinsBlog.com. You can just go to the pin categories and click on Tokyo Disney, and you'll be able to find it on there. But yeah, pretty cool. The retail price is only per pin. It's only 200 yen, which is super cheap. I believe it's like around $4 or $5 in America. So.
I'll take them all.
Yeah.
They're really unique, and there is, like, on the site, I think you posted 12 photos, so there's a lot of like pins with that on it. So I'm assuming if it becomes a big success, you might see more in the future. Yeah,
I think it'd be cool if Epcot at Japan, if they would have some like Tokyo Disney.
Yeah, that would. You know what? That's a really good idea. We'll contact our the higher up Disney. You know, we have them on speed dial.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be really cool if they have if Japan only, only in Japan, where you get Disney Hong Kong pins, or at least like a select few or something like that. That'd be really cool.
Right. The Tokyo ones, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Tokyo.
So next at Disney Parks, there was a Disney Mascots collectible pin pack that was released. We had a preview of this late last year. It's basically the teams for March Magic in pin form. I think this is. I'm assuming they were supposed to be delayed back in March. A little bit of a delay here, or released back in March, but.
Yeah, that would make more sense.
Yeah, but I just saw people were posting them on Instagram and on Facebook. They were just released at both Disneyland and Walt Disney World. I believe there are 16 different pins on each coast. So you got 16 Disneyland, 16 Walt Disney World for a total of 32, and each pouch features 5 different randomly selected pins for a retail price of $27.99.
I mean, 5 pins for 30, that's pretty average, right?
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
Yeah.
I'll probably buy a pack, and I can make a video for the YouTube channel.
Oh, nice. That'd be a nice video there. Ryan, I don't remember. I was, like I said, I was there the other day. I did not see these mascot mystery packs when I was there in Magic Kingdom. So unless they're
okay, I think I saw one of my friends post a picture from Pin Traders at Disney Springs.
Okay, Disney Springs, okay.
Yeah, they had them there. So
yeah, I was looking for them because like I'm only seeing Disneyland mystery set. I'm not seeing a Disney World one. So
yeah,
but yeah, that's cool that they're finally out. I think that's pretty awesome. I think that these pins are, I like the March Magic series, and I think to have a pin to represent your favorite attraction is just icing on the cake there.
Definitely. I really want the bellhops pin.
Yeah, of course.
All right, moving on to Shanghai Disney Resort. The park isn't even open yet, but we're still seeing more pin releases.
Oh, so many pins! My God,
crazy, and they're really cool, unique pins. We had a preview of it's a new glow-in-the-dark pin collection.
That is wild.
I think it's really cool. It features Mickey, Minnie, an alien from Toy Story, and Stitch, and they have almost like a neon sign look to them, and they glow in the dark. And I believe it's an open edition pin set. We don't have a retail price on it. I just saw the picture online, so but they're really cool pins.
Oh, they're giving Shanghai Disney all the new ideas they had for pins. We're just gonna shove it over there. Glow in the dark pins. I don't know. I think it sounds really cool if you ask me.
I know. I love the glow-in-the-dark pins.
It just adds a new element to pins in general. I think it's really cool.
Yeah. I think I only have one glow-in-the-dark pin. It's a Haunted Mansion pin.
Now that makes sense.
Yeah. Staying over at Shanghai, there was also 2 other pin releases. One features the Enchanted Storybook Castle, and we have a preview up on the website of the pin. I believe it's an open edition pin, so you could get that if you're visiting this summer. And then next was a Shanghai Disneyland Hotel pin, which is really cool. It features, it's kind of like a crest, and then it has the Fab Five characters on it. And I was told that they're dressed in an old Shanghai fashion. So you have Mickey and Minnie in the middle. It looks like the hotel is in the background. And then on the right is Donald Duck beating on a drum. And then on the left you have Goofy playing a trumpet and Pluto just kind of hanging out below there.
I think maybe he might be conducting. I think I see a stick in his mouth. And he might.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
There he goes. He's playing the triangle from his tail.
Triangle. Yeah,
that's it is. Yeah, okay. All right. Glad we got that situated.
That pin is open edition, so it commemorates the new Disneyland Hotel in Shanghai. And the retail price of it is $59. Whatever is the Chinese currency. I don't know what it is. I don't think it's yen, because that's Japan. But it's 59. Whatever is over there. So sorry, I don't know.
Whatever, it's over there.
Yeah. So yeah, two cool pins coming from Shanghai for the grand opening. I'm sure we'll be continue to see more of these pins as well.
Yeah.
So heading back over to Disney parks here in America, there was a DVC, Disney Vacation Club 25th anniversary pin. We got a preview of it. This pin will be released actually in August 2016. It is limited edition of 1,500. It is looks like a suitcase. It's a hinge pin. On the front, it has Mickey Mouse, and it says "Welcome Home." You open up the pin, and it says "Celebrating 25 Years and Beyond" with a big 25 logo. And below that, it says "Disney Vacation Club member."
I think it's a really nice pin there. Kind of wraps up what Disney Vacation Club is. It's in a suitcase. And I didn't realize it was only 25 years. I thought it was a lot longer than that.
Yeah. So pretty cool pin coming out this August. Moving on, there's other crazy news this week because it was the Mickey's of Glendale Orlando Pop Up shop.
Yeah.
I really, really wanted to go to this. It was the first one I missed since they've been doing these. Just
Wow.
wasn't able to
Oh,
get down.
that's a
Yeah,
hard
and
thing
it
there,
was an
Ryan.
awesome pin release.
Mm.
So for those of you that are unaware, D23 puts these events on twice a year in Orlando. Basically, they have a little pop-up shop at the Contemporary Resort, and they bring in beautiful WDI pins, very low limited edition of 250 pins, and they have surprise releases there, as well as some other releases from the California store. And this event was Finding Nemo themed, so of course there was four brand new Finding Nemo pin releases, all were a limited edition of 250, and the retail price was $18.95 per pin. We have pictures up of all these pins on the site, so you can check them out. They're getting lots of traction. People are loving them.
Yeah, I
And
really like the Marlin, Dory, and Bruce pin because the edge is like a porthole, and then you see like that famous scene that Marlin and Dory are scared, like they're holding each other, and then you just see Bruce in the background with a big smile.
yeah,
I thought
I really love all those pins.
Yeah, all the pins are great, but for me that one stood out because all the other ones just have like a generic circle and they're kind of outside of it. But this one has like a porthole and everything. I don't know. I feel like there's just a slightly more detailed, and that brings back old memories as well. So
Yeah,
I
it's
like
cool.
that one. Yeah.
I really like the one with the tank gang.
Oh yeah, they're all just surrounding Nemo in a circle, and then the gang is all around him. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Nice
neat.
one.
And then next, another crazy list or release. There were princess couple pins. So there was, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. There's 11 different pin releases, all limited edition 250, retail price $18.95. And basically it was the Disney couples dancing. And all the princesses have glitter embellishments on their dresses, so they're beautiful, sparkly pins. It's crazy. I was looking on eBay at some of the retail prices for these
Really?
the Ariel and Prince Eric pin. So this is a $19 pin. It's on eBay right now for between $100 and $140. So
Wow.
it's crazy.
That is well over triple, quadruple, quintet,
Yeah.
whatever. However far the number goes, it is like easily they're selling that for like 7 times its value.
Yeah, so pretty
Wow.
crazy. And then next, finally, we had the Dapper Dog pin releases. So a few weeks ago, we saw out in California, they released the Dapper Cats pins, which blew up. And now we have dogs. So these were all released in Florida. I'm assuming they sold out. I'm not sure. But if there's anything left, I believe they go back to the California store. These ones I saw the retail is $18.95. And I saw the secondary market had them going for around $60 to $70 a pin.
Okay, so they're not that much. Not as rare apparently as the dancing princesses. But Dapper Dogs will just give it down to only 3 times its value instead of 7 times its value. Okay, that's all right.
So,
then.
that was a really cool event. If anyone went to it, I'm sure they had a great time. I heard the lines were crazy there. The next D23 pop-up shop in Florida will be, of course, for the Destination D event this November. I believe it's November 19th. And I will be there for that one. So that's good.
Whoa, bam, coverage
Yes.
all around.
Can't wait. Actually, speaking of coverage, we do have a blog post up that has all these pins. But our other blogger, Jen, she actually went yesterday to the cast member only day. So the first day is D23 member day, then the second day is cast member only day. She went, and she said she's going to do a blog post on her experience.
Nice.
So keep an eye out for that on the site.
Jen always does the great articles. She really does.
She really does. All right, next, more crazy news coming in the pin world. This was nuts. This post really blew up because everyone loves Disneyland and it's a small world. It was the 50th anniversary. This is a shock to everyone. We didn't realize that Disneyland was going to do this. But next week, on Thursday, May 26th, there's going to be a few limited edition pin releases out at Disneyland featuring the 50th anniversary of It's a Small World. So really, really cool pins. My favorite, of course, is the Jumbo It's the clock face, and it's a hinge pin. It's a jumbo pin. It's
Mm-hmm.
gorgeous. Limited edition of 150. Then there's another pin with Walt Disney on it himself, which is really cool.
Yeah, it is a nice pin.
All
Yeah.
of these pins look gorgeous.
They
So
do. Yeah, there's even a generic one, like the generic 50th anniversary pin, happiest cruise that ever sailed.
yeah,
And then there's like this frame pin set. That's insane. Limited edition 100. Whoa.
yeah. That frame pin set, actually, if you look closely at it, I believe it is the outline of the attraction. So
Oh
they have
yeah.
the waterway there and the
Mhm.
different countries you visit.
And
So
it says there you get 9 different pins in this frame. That's really cool. I mean,
yeah,
as much as I don't like It's a Small World, so I'm going to be honest here. And I understand it's a Disney staple, but there's only so many times you can listen to that song. And Disney knows it too, because
yeah,
there's a shirt out there that says I've conquered It's a Small World.
yeah,
It's hilarious. I'm like, oh, at least you guys know it. It's great. But yeah, you're just going to the waterways, and I think it's a great little frame pin set there.
yeah. We don't have it retail prices on these pins yet, but I'm sure once we find out, we will update the blog post with that. All right, moving on. Let's head over to Disney Studio Store Hollywood in California. We had 2 surprise pin releases yesterday on May 21st. The first one is the Next Alphabet Pin Series. This is series number 3, which features letters H, I, J, and K. They're all limited edition of 300, and the retail price for these 4 pins was $49.95. So you can pick those up right now at Disney Studio Store Hollywood. Next, we had another surprise release in California at the studio store. It was the June 2016 calendar pin, which, Matt, I know you're collecting, right?
Yes, I am officially collecting these. I'm taking my time. I have to keep my eye out on. I am going to unfortunately, I have to go to the secondary market to go get these, and so every now and then I'll go and search and see how much they're costing. If it's within my price range, I'll go and pick this up. So right now I have 2. I have the Bugs Life one, which came out in February.
Yep.
And then I have the Monsters Inc. one, which came out for March.
Okay.
So I'm only 2. So this was the 6th one right now. So I got a little more to go through, but it's nice to see these pins are still coming and they still look amazing to me.
Yeah. Very cool. This one features cars. It has Lightning McQueen on it and Mater. It's limited edition of 300 and retail price is $16.95. So cool pins there. Next, we have. I was really excited about this. I figured it was going to be coming.
Yeah.
At Disney parks, there was the first ever Rogue One Star Wars pin release. I believe this pin is going to be available at both Disneyland and Walt Disney World. It's the Force for Change pin, which is Star Wars charity. Last year, they released the first ever The Force Awakens pin. And now we have the first ever Rogue One pin. This was spotted at Star Wars Launch Bay at Disney's Hollywood Studios. So I'm assuming it's also going to be at the Star Wars Launch Bay at Disneyland. It's a limited release pin, and the retail price is $9.99.
I think that's a really cheap price point there.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that some of the sales are going to their charity, or 25% of it. And it's also a really cool pin. I think I like this pin more than the other one, because the other one was just a stormtrooper and it said The Force Awakens on it.
Right.
But then when more merchandise came out for it, that's not really what the whole movie was about, and I guess in a sense. But this pin, this is straight from the trailer of the logo.
It's like the logo.
The logo, yeah. I think that's
I love that.
really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm definitely going to pick that pin up when I head down there. It'll be available for a few months. It's this limited release. So.
Yeah.
Next, we have another crazy pin release. There's just so many.
There's so many pins this week.
It's a really, really busy week for pins. So this was interesting. Our friends at Acme Kingpins, they have a Facebook group, a very popular Facebook group. They focused on the Acme, of course, pins that were released over in Hong Kong and Shanghai and our events and whatnot. they had their very first pin trading event in California, in Los Angeles. And they actually got a surprise pin release. This was yesterday, May 21st. They got a Golden Magic Series pin, which for those who came to our event, we had 2 of these pins, the Leia Story 1 and Leia Story 3. This is part of that same Golden Magic series. But they got one from Frozen. It is featuring Kristoff. So they actually got 150 of these pins for their event.
Nice. And
the other 100 of those pins are going to be released at the Shanghai Disney Resort store, the Acme store that they have there. So I don't believe this pin was actually available for pickup there. It was kind of like our event where you could say you wanted it and they would ship it to you. So it was $19.95 plus shipping. And yeah, because it would be shipped from Hong Kong in about 4 to 6 weeks. So yeah, nice Kristoff pin there. And I actually just got word that we don't have this up on the site yet, but those attending the PinCon World event in August, it's the PinPix event, they're going to have some of these Golden Magic pins, actually the Olaf pin and I forget the other right now. Olaf, I forget the other, but basically they're going to have 2 of these LE250 Frozen pins for the people who are gold members. So they just announced that. Yeah. So pretty cool there. Finally, let's talk about the pin releases that are going to be released this week at Disneyland and Walt Disney World. First, we have a new mystery pin collection. This one is called Smiles, Smirks, and Sneers. It features different Disney villains. It looks like 8 pins in this collection. It is a limited release. Oh, plus there are chaser pins. So there's going to be more than 8 pins in that collection because they don't preview the chaser pin. So
which is very silly in my book, but
yeah. It's supposed to be a surprise, Matt.
No, whatever.
So that'll be released on the May 26th. So
I'm all for this set, Ryan. I just think it's just a little too early. I mean,
yeah, it's very Halloween.
Yeah, if we're willing to like hold off on certain pin releases, just hold off until the not so scary Halloween party, or at least in October or end of September. I just think that this isn't the right time to release these pins. I mean, they're great pins, and they're also featuring new villains like the villain from Frozen and Tangled, and even like one you don't often see, like the crocodile from Peter Pan, and
right.
The villain from Mulan. I just think it's too soon.
Yeah. So these will be released at both coasts. That's my mistake. It's going to be Walt Disney World as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Next, we have a limited edition Disney Duets pin. So this is a pin of the month collection featuring Lady Tremaine and Cinderella. Edition size is 3,000. That'll be on both coasts. Next, we have, this is a new for the new movie Alice Through the Looking Glass. We have a mystery pin set that's coming as well. It's limited release plus chaser pins, so same deal. And that'll be released on both coasts. And then there's another Alice Through the Looking Glass pocket watch pin. This is a hinge pin, and it's a limited release for the new movie on both coasts. And then, go ahead.
No, so I'm saying this is a set that's properly placed at the time of the movie's release, and then you have a pin set to go with it. So
yeah,
either way, it's an interesting set as well too, with the clocks and all that.
The artwork is pretty unique. So
it is very unique.
And then finally, we have a Walt Disney World exclusive. Actually, no, I'm sorry. This
Disneyland.
is Disneyland.
Yeah,
Disneyland exclusive. This is the Timeless Tales quarterly collection featuring the Little Mermaid. This is a double hinged pin, limited edition of 3,000, featuring Ursula and Ariel. And I think that pin's going to be extremely popular.
Yeah, I like the front covers. It's like a book, and this is Little Mermaid on it, and it's like a light teal color with stars and shells, and it looks like you're opening like the first page and you see Ursula, and then the second page is Ariel.
Yeah. All right, so that'll do it for this week. May 26th pin releases. I know that was a crazy amount of pin
That was a
news.
lot of pin news, Ryan. That was a lot.
Yeah, so might as well end it now. So what do you got for us, Matt?
All right, so there's some big announcements that Disney came out with. Excuse me. Big announcement Disney came out with, but I'm gonna get to that just in a little bit. I'm gonna talk about some quick refurbs that to be aware about. As long we're having all these great announcements, but they're also having some refurbs on a couple of some lesser known attractions. But still attractions nonetheless. First, we have the Swiss Family Treehouse over at Magic Kingdom. They're going to be on a refurb starting July 6th all the way through September 24th. That's
a crazy long refurb.
That's about 2.5 months there. Yeah.
I wonder if they're going to change it up at all.
I don't know. I feel like that, for a while I thought that we were going to, just end. For a while I always thought that they're just going to take it down because it's barely an attraction.
All right.
And so maybe, with the popularity of the Jungle Book, maybe they could revamp it into the Jungle Book theme.
That'd be cool.
It's right there in Adventureland, so it'd be perfect placement. I mean, it doesn't look like there's a lot of wiggle room there. And so, I don't know. We'll see what happens with that.
Cool.
So that is reopening for guests September 25th. 2016. Next refurb is a really short one on One Man's Dream. I'm surprised this one is still standing. After all the shutdowns from Hollywood Studio. But from July 16th through July 19th, so there's only about 3 days, it reopens back up on July 20th.
Hopefully they switch out some of the... they still have the props in there, like the different park props.
I think some of them are still there, but I think they moved Walt's desk, and they moved it back over to California.
That's right.
That's the only one that I know that they moved for right now. But right now it's still standing, and I'm surprised because it's a really low key attraction there, and they they're doing a whole bunch of revamping for Hollywood Studios. I'm surprised that this is the one that's still standing. This is my opinion. Even they're using this theater for like sneak peeks of new releases of movies.
Yeah, I know.
So, moving over to Animal Kingdom. There's going to be another long refurb for the dinosaur ride from July 25th through September 29th.
That's a huge downtime for that attraction.
That is about a 3-month just another 3-month attraction. And especially since Animal Kingdom is now upping up its game with all this nighttime experience.
Yeah.
And then you just go down like, mid-July, we're going to have a closure all the way through almost around Halloween time. I mean, in the beginning of October. So the ride reopens back up on September 30th. And there's another one, the Liberty Square Riverboat, the Magic Kingdom. That refurb is from August 1st through August 7th, so just about a week. Reopens back on August 8th. And last but not least, the Muppet attraction, Muppet Vision 3D at Hollywood Studios. That refurb will be on August 15th through August 22nd, and will reopen back up on August 23rd.
That's a quick one.
Yeah, real quick one.
Yeah.
So those are all the refurb announcements. Looking over to Disney's Springs, as you know, the new town center opened up, and I was there recently, and I'll talk more about that later. But just as a quick announcement, the guest relations that has typically always been at the marketplace has now switched over to the town center. Literally, it's right in the middle of the town center. It's this nice big building. It's like welcoming. People can there's like this veranda area that people can sit and just enjoy the scenery. Anyway, it's really nice in there, and that is opening up. That is there right now. So I don't know. I don't know what they're going to be doing with the space over at the marketplace. Maybe they could expand that into more shops for the co-op.
Cool.
I'm assuming that's what they might do for that. Also, pretty big news. If anyone remembers Disney's grad nights, all the way back 5 years ago when they shut it down, they're bringing it back.
Oh, wow.
Starting 2017, so the graduates of 2017, it's going to be called Grad Night, Disney Grad Night H2O, held at Typhoon Lagoon Water Park on Friday nights through April. Tickets will cost $55 plus tax, but the school has to register. So if you're part of a school board or anything, this is only a school, like, you have to register to your school, and then these people, the grad students are only able to go. And so the nights are available April 7th, the 21st, and the 28th of 2017. And the event starts at 8. It runs through midnight. So it's more of a water park theme. Grad nights, way back when, used to be at Disney's Hollywood Studios up until 2009. Then they switched it over to Magic Kingdom up until 2011. And then they canceled or discontinued the grad night experience. So now I guess 5 years later, or 6 years I should say, we're getting another go around, and they're going to be trying it out at Disney's Typhoon Lagoon. So
that'd be fun.
That would
have
be
a water park experience.
Exactly, but I mean it's also at night though, in April.
Yeah.
So it might be so
might be a little chilly. Huh?
Might be a little chilly, and you have to get wet, and then all these students need to go back home if you don't stay, especially the locals like in Florida.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that was the best idea in my opinion, especially you're going back home. So I'm sorry. You're going back home at midnight and you're wet.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the best idea, especially all those kids. I don't know. That's not my
bunch of wet kids at midnight.
not the best idea in my opinion. Also, some pretty cool news coming in May 25th. So this Wednesday. Stefan Twinnings, he's been here before. He runs the Twinnings Tea company. He came here I think he came here last year, and he visited the Twinnings shop over in London. So he's coming back May 25th through the 29th. He'll be there making an appearance, signing autographs, talking about his new teas that he's coming out with. And there's this whole new brand, and there's also, I believe, some new merchandise also coming out from that store as well. They're coming out with like this Twinnings English breakfast, blueberry blush infusion, this mint flavor. So he's there to promote that, and so he'll be there. It looks like meeting guests there from 12 to 6 p.m. inside the Twinnings tea shop at London. So that's pretty cool that he's making an appearance.
Cool.
So there goes that news out of the way. Now we're coming to the big news. The big news that swept all over social media and Disney's grand announcement. As if you've been living under a rock or have not been listening or paying close attention to this podcast, Disney Animal Kingdom starting May 27th is coming to its big return. This nighttime experience is finally here. It's finally coming May 27th. I'm really excited for it. I'm not going to be able to see
Cannot wait for it.
Yeah, I can't see anything. I'm busy. Unfortunately, I have to work on Friday night, and I have other plans on the 28th. So I will be the 29th to experience all. So that's a Sunday to experience all the great stuff coming out of Animal Kingdom at night. So just as a quick announcement, starting the May 27th, you have the Tree of Life show, nighttime show, production show. There's no time of when that's starting. It's really odd, but it's happening that night. The Kilimanjaro Safari attraction at night. Everything is at night. The Kilimanjaro Safari attraction will be having extended hours, so you can see nighttime animals and stuff like that. You're also having 2 shows that are going on. Well, I should say, not 2 shows, but like 2 like nighttime experiences. One being the Harrowby Wildlife Party over by Africa, and then the Discovery Island Carnival. So there'd be music, entertainment, like kind of like a nice dance party in those 2 sides of Animal Kingdom. And then, last but not least, you have the Jungle Book. The name just lost me.
It's like some projection thing or something.
Yeah, the
right?
Jungle Book Alive with Magic. That's what it's called. Yes.
Okay. You have Fast Pass for that, right?
I do. Yes, I do. I did. Was fortunate enough to get Fast Passes for that, so I can't wait to see that show. This is the replacement show for the Rivers of Light that will be coming at a later date, so this is kind of like just filling in the time, so at least Disney's given us something, but that will not be opening up on May 27th like it was advertised. It's actually opening up a day later, May 28th. So I wouldn't be surprised if day 1 a lot of people don't show up and they show up for day 2 so they can get everything all in one package instead of having, or some people just say, hey, I'm just going to go the next day as well. catch all that stuff in one day and then catch the show the next day. And so they, on top of giving us a release date, they've always given us some information through its running. We don't know when it's closing down and when they're going to be stop running the show, but they're going to have 2 shows a night, one at 9 and one at 10:30, and then the park will be open until 11 p.m. every night. And anybody who gets fast passes, they will be seated over at the Asia side of the show, of the seating area, and then everybody who just like a regular, if you don't have any fast passes and a standby line, they'll be seated over at the Dino Land side of the theater.
Gotcha.
So just as if you have those, just a better way to figure out like where you want to be, what direction you should be going if you're in a rush to see the show. That's where you need to be. So cool there. And also the show is approximately 20 minutes. So if you're there for long. Yeah, it is pretty long. If you're there for the 10:30 show, just keep in mind that's probably the last thing you're going to be doing that night since the park closes at 11. So anything you want to do it before the show. Cool. And so so a lot of great things coming out of there. Also, they also announced I'm not sure if you know about this, Ryan. I know you're interested in it, but the dining packages announced for the Animal Kingdom nighttime entertainment. So there's 2 different packages, one for the Tiffin's restaurant and one for the Tusker House restaurant. For Tusker House, it is available for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and it's an all-you-can-eat buffet, which is nice. The only thing is you have to eat at that particular restaurant 2.5 hours before the show, so that's not too bad. And if you're
that's for the Jungle Book show.
Yeah. I'm sorry. For the Jungle Book.
So this isn't for Rivers of Light yet.
No. So they're doing a dining package for the nighttime. So I'm assuming it was for Rivers of Light, but for right now, it's going to be for the Jungle Book show, and then later transition into the Rivers of Light show. And so if you're interested in the Tusker House, breakfast is $37 for adults, $23 for children. And then if you're there for lunch or dinner, it's $49 for adults and $30 for children, which isn't that bad. It's a pretty fair price point. $50 you get to eat and then have a designated seating area for the show at the end of the day. I think that's a fair trade off. If you want,
hopefully it's
go ahead. No, hopefully it's what?
No, I was just going to say, hopefully it's like the Fantasmic dinner package that I did at Disneyland, because they give you a butt pad then.
They give you a butt pad?
This foam fantastic thing to sit down on.
Did you get to keep it?
I don't know if it'll be the same way, but you get to keep it.
Oh, okay. That's a great souvenir then. That's more bang for your buck. If you're there, if you want to eat at Tiffin's, which is the brand new restaurant, which also opens up on May 27th, there'll be packages available for lunch or dinner, and it will be included it will include an appetizer, an entree, and a dessert, also with a non-alcoholic beverage. And that dining package is $67 for adults and $32 for children. And it's a little bit more pricier than the other restaurant, but then again, it's still not that bad. You get a secure meal plan set up, and you get a special seating area. So all fast passes and dining reservations are available starting May 21st, which was this past Saturday. So if you're interested in any of this stuff and you haven't known about this already, go to Fast Passes, get everything locked down. If you're going to be there for the opening weekend of that, I know it's going to be packed. It's probably already full right now. But yeah, so all that great stuff coming in. And also, as a reminder, starting on May 27th as well, a lot of great things happening on May 27th. The Disney's Blizzard Beach Water Park is hosting the Frozen Games. I know I mentioned that earlier, featuring Kristoff and Olaf. And so that's starting up on May 27th, as well as the third track for Toy Story Mania is also opening up on May 27th. And so that third track is supposed to be specifically for Fast Pass people only. So therefore, so that hopefully the line will be a lot, will move smoothly and more efficiently now that the third track is up and running.
Definitely.
Yes. And also on May 27th, and I don't know, I feel like this is very questionable, Soaring is making its grand return after a 5-month long refurb. Soaring is coming Soaring is coming back starting May 27th. It's going to be on a limited run, and it's going to be the last showings of the California wow, I'm so sorry. The California Adventure soaring area. So as everyone knows, anybody who's ride soaring, you've always flying over California, and so they're doing an early. They're opening up the ride a little bit earlier before the new Soaring Around the World debuts on June 17th. So
that's really cool they're doing that.
Yeah, so the last chance to experience soaring over California. So that starts May 27th. You can start booking your fast passes right now as of May 21st. So that's going from May 21st all the way to June 16th. So June 16th is the last time you can soar over California, and then the next day, June 17th, you're going to be start flying all over around the world. So that's pretty cool. That's going to be great, yeah. But the reason why I say it's a little bit questionable because I don't know why they have to take away soaring over California altogether. In my opinion, I thought they're just going to include it in the rotation, and then you be literally soaring around the world. But I guess now that we know here that they're just going to take it out altogether.
Yeah. Well, I think they may bring it back in the future if they can switch it out that quickly. Mm-hmm. It seems like they may be able to have limited runs of it, during certain times of the year.
Yeah, possibly. Really cool. It's very possible. So this is starting June 17th. Is not only going to be in Epcot, but also soaring over around the world is also going to be featured in Disney's California Adventure. So that's going to be there too, as well as I believe the day before. Well, also, if you haven't noticed before, that Disney's isn't the 16th is when Shanghai Disney opens up?
Yeah,
June 16th.
Yep, I believe so.
I believe that's when it's going to be officially like the world premiere of this new soaring attraction is going to be at Shanghai Disney the day before.
Oh wow! Okay.
And then the 17th is when we get everywhere else, like California and
so they get it first.
They get it a day early, yeah.
Jerks.
So keep in mind if you want to soar over California one more time, starting May 27th through June 16th over here at Epcot, and June 15th over at California Adventure.
Cool.
Moving over to Hollywood Studios, also on June 17th. There's 2 days to remember, guys. May 27th and June 17th. Because also on June,
big days.
Yeah, two big days. Also on June 17th is the grand, the first showing of the Star Wars A Galactic Spectacular fireworks, not to be mistaken with the fireworks show that's currently going on right now at Hollywood Studios. That show will be ending on June 16th, and then starting June 17th is the new projection fireworks show that's going to be there. So it's going to be a fireworks show and a projection show over at Disney's Hollywood
That's
Studios.
That's going to be great.
So that's starting up on June 17th. It's really cool. It's going to be, lights, projection over the Chinese theater. Good time over there.
Yeah, I cannot wait for that.
Yeah, it's going to be great. And then you're coming in at the tail end of all this, Ryan. You're coming in just as the nick of time, so you'll be able to experience all this great stuff, which is really cool. Also, Ryan, you never guess what date is to remember again. June 17th also is the first grand opening, but the first showing of the Mickey's Royal Friendship Fair over at Magic Kingdom. This replaced the old show that used to be in front of the castle, or the Cinderella's castle. Now this is a new show featuring a whole new story, featuring the Rapunzel and from Tangled, and Tatiana from Princess and the Frog. It's also going to be featuring Elsa and Anna and probably Olaf as well. And so that is premiering on June 17th. The first showings of that will be there, featuring new characters, new stories. That's replacing the old show. So that's pretty cool at Magic Kingdom that they have that going. And then awesome. Also, last but not least, not happening on June 17th, but a couple days later, June 21st, is the grand opening of probably the biggest attraction that they have this summer, Frozen Ever After attraction. It is huge news coming from there, opening up at Epcot, and it's new Frozen ride on June 21st. You can start booking those fast passes right now. as of May 21st, this past Saturday. So if you haven't booked them yet, you better book them right now.
I got mine.
Ryan got his. You're coming in the weekend. You're coming in that weekend, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the weekend of its release.
The weekend after.
The weekend after.
Yeah.
The Norway Pavilion will open up as of June 21st. The Norway Pavilion will open up at 9 a.m. along with Future World at Epcot. So that means, I'm assuming that Mexico, you have to walk through Mexico to get to Norway. So either that will be closed or that will also be open. But there's going to be a walkway for you to get over there. And then also the Royal Summer House.
Summer House, right?
Something along those lines.
Summer House, yeah.
The Summer House will also be opening up where you can meet Elsa and Anna. And so my question was that will they still have the character meetups at Magic Kingdom as well as Epcot? That answer is yes. They are.
Really?
They are, yes.
Wow.
You can also, they're going to be at the Oh, wait, I'm sorry. It says, don't forget guests can also spot Elsa and Anna over at Magic Kingdom Park in the Festival of Fantasy Parade and in the new Mickey's World Friendship Fair show coming to the, which I just said. So, maybe not.
So you could just see them in the parades and shows. That's it.
Yeah, I guess I misread it the first time I read it. I thought it said that you can still meet them at the princess meet and greet over at Fantasyland, but they could be taking them out, and now you can only see them at Epcot, where they were originally.
Well, they can't be everywhere at once, so
I guess not. But it's weird because you can meet Olaf in Hollywood Studios, but not in Arendelle or Norway.
Oh,
you got to go over there to go meet him. So
yeah, he's a little lost.
Yeah, he's a little lost. He's in Hollywood land.
Yeah.
So you can meet Elsa and Anna as well as there June 21st. So a lot of great news happening, a lot of announcements happening this summer. They're using the hashtag Awaken Summer. They pretty much got you in every park, literally. They got the Star Wars at Hollywood Studios, you got Frozen at Epcot, you got the new show at Magic Kingdom, and you have all the great stuff happening in Animal Kingdom. So
Summer 16.
Yeah,
big summer for Disney World.
Yes, definitely a huge summer for Disney World. And also, just a quick little news, last but not least, over at Disneyland Hong Kong Disneyland, they're doing test runs right now for the new Iron Man attraction. That's pretty cool.
Very cool.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
There's no release.
It's unique. Very unique, right?
Yeah, it's very unique. It's the first Marvel attraction that Disney has. And so there's no release date on when that's opening, but I know it's something to do with Tony's Expo, and that's opening up in Tomorrowland. So pretty cool.
Very cool.
And that is all I have for the news, but you know what that means now. After that.
Yeah. Let's get into it.
Okay. In 3, 2, 1.
Oh shoot. Oh shoot. It's fun segment with Matt time.
All right, Ryan, it's fun segment with Matt time. And in this week's fun segment, I want to talk to you guys about the Town Center.
You got to experience it.
I got to experience
the opening, right?
Opening day. I was not there for the ceremony. I read online that they had like a ribbon ceremony of one of the sides at Disney, the Town Center. But I did make my way eventually over there, and it's a really interesting experience.
What? So, give us your overall.
Yeah. So
in one word, what did you think? I know you're going to go into detail, but.
Right.
Overall.
In one word?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or a couple words.
Or just a couple. Let's see. In one word, I'm gonna say it's I think lavish is a good word to describe it. Cool. It's definitely has like a high class feel to it, and I feel like a lot of people did dress up for this event.
Wow.
Like you can see people
I did get that from the pictures and whatnot.
Yeah, there was definitely you could definitely feel that you're gonna be like a night out. Let's go to Disney Springs.
So it's like a good date night, even.
Yeah, I mean, kind of like a date night, but definitely they're really selling the fact that this is almost like a premium outlet store, just with a Disney feel to it.
Gotcha.
I'm not sure if that's what Disney was going for, but they added all these like high class, like Vera Bradley, Lily Pulitzer, UGG, Tommy Bahama, all these stores that are opening up there. A new Mac store, a new Zara store, a new, like, the Trophy Room is opening up this weekend or this week. Under Armour. So you have all these stores, and I barely went into them. I kind of just focused around the outside of the town center. But it's a quick thing. And then also the Lime Garage is opened up, which is like seamlessly flows with everything else. It doesn't even look like the garage is there, to be honest with you. So, but I did not park in the Lime Garage. I parked back in Orange. Is it Orange?
Yeah, Orange.
Cross. So you went down the escalator.
West side.
Yeah, west side. So you walked down the escalator. The biggest store that I was looking forward to that was not open yet is the Coca-Cola store. There's a sign that says July or summer of 2017. So that should be
I'm
open.
excited for that.
Yeah, me too. I think that's going to be a big addition. There were rumors that was supposed to be where the old Apple store was going to be. But then they tried to change it to the Coca-Cola store. So you kind of walk in there, and then there's like this overpass that you go under, and it's kind of like this archway, and then once you're in this archway, you're in this covered area, and there's a lot of shops there, and that's when you see there's like this nice fountain. There's like subtle instrumental music that's been playing around the town center. It sounds like popular songs if you listen to the tune closely, but there's not the words. It's just like instrumental, like just with instruments playing. Gotcha. And so there's all these shopping areas, and then once you leave the underpass, you're kind of like welcomed into like this really wide area. It doesn't look like you're even in Disney Springs anymore. I mean, this is Disney Springs, the new Disney Springs, but like what you remember from the downtown Disney, it's like everything was like kind of closed together, and you're kind of, even like, you know how it is now, Ryan, at least how it used to be, where you either on this side or the other side, and that's your walkway. And then if you want to veer off to any parts of those sides, you have to like dart across.
Right.
It was really congested, obviously because they're doing construction. But it was really congested. Now it just feels like it's just open. Everything feels like you have a lot of breathing room. Like I can put my hands out like this, and no one's touching me because it's so open. It's really wide. It's really welcoming. Cool. That's pretty cool. So you walk over that archway, and then there's like this little, it's a little, I'm gonna be honest, a little pain in the ass crank thing. I'm not sure if you remember from the video, but there's like this water flow coming out. So it's like the whole idea is like you're helping the spring out with the water flow, and so like there's this wheel, and you have to turn it, and you have to turn it, and you have to turn it, and then eventually the water starts coming up from the spring, and it's flowing upward. It's like you're turning it, and the water's slowly coming up, and then it kind of then it goes down, then it kind of goes back down. Down there. So, but like, it took me so long to get that water back up there. So you kind of have to you have to keep cranking it. So that's cool, that's pretty cool. You know, kids are easily drawn to that, and so I mean, they're waiting for the water, but you really got to crank it to get that water up there. And so that's interesting. And then from there, from there, and you're kind of just walking around, and there's like, it's nice scenery. If people who haven't seen the video already, this past Friday, we on the YouTube channel, we have the Town Center Through Our Eyes video. And Megan and myself went around the opening day, and we took all these fancy, I wouldn't say fancy, but these, I guess, creative shots around the town center, later with some music. And I think it was a fun video to make, it was a fun video to edit, and it just kind of gives like a whole overview of what the area of the town center is.
It's a very beautiful video, guys. If you haven't checked it out yet, go to our YouTube channel to take a look. I was really impressed with it, and Matt and Megan did an awesome job.
Yeah, thank you. So, thank you. Yeah, like I said, it's like I had, even though I put the video together, the imagery goes to Disney because they really set a nice picture for everyone to just enjoy. Like there's a lot, like the spring literally flows around the town center, and then there's this one part where you go along this bridge, and you can really see, like, once you go along the bridge, and like there's like this little patio area, and then once you like go along there, you can really see the detail of the spring itself, and the spring, and then you can, like, over the water is where the new Asian restaurant is, the Morimoto's, and so you can see that from across the spring, and so that's pretty cool. And then about halfway through our journey, we took a stop and we ate a deluxe burger. And I said that's where I was going to be, and I was there. I waited 40 minutes to eat at that restaurant. It was packed. Literally, if you wanted to eat anywhere in the town center, it was just packed.
Was it worth it?
It was worth it. I really enjoyed it. I ended up getting a burger, fries, and one of their shakes. And it wasn't too bad. It was like, for all that, it was $23. So, kind of take it how you want, if that was pricey or not. If you just got a burger, it's only 10. With the fries, it was 5. So, like, with burger and fries is 15. With a drink, you probably end up spending around anywhere between $17 and $20 in general. The shake was $7, so that's why it's a little bit more than that. And so, but I thought it was really good food. The burger, I think it's a 7-ounce burger. So it's a big burger, and then they give you a decent amount of fries that they sold us on. Like, the fries, a regular size can feed 2, and the large portion could feed like 3 to 4. I'm not sure if that regular size fed 2, because I think it was a little small on my count. Like, small, they're really upselling. Oh yeah, it's huge. It can feed 2, and I got it. I'm like, oh, this is like an average 1. I mean,
like, you can house this thing by myself.
Yeah, like, I can eat all this by myself. We're talking about 2 people. So if you are splitting it, I recommend doing the large. If you're like a small eater, then the regular would do just fine. And then from there, we went over and we went to go tackle the Sprinkles restaurant, which is they have 2 separate lines. One, if those of you don't know, Sprinkles is kind of exclusive to California, and they it's over here at Disney Springs in Orlando. So Orlando for the first time, let alone in Disney Springs, and it's an ATM cupcake machine. And what I recently described it, I was wrong. Is actually, you kind of this is how just as is an ATM, how you get money. And when you're done making your order, wait a couple minutes, the slot pops out, and then there's a cupcake.
That's so cool.
It's so cool. So there's one line for the ATM. There's also another line to actually go in the store. So there is a store. Okay. And you can order like a regular cupcake off of, like, do it the boring way, where you go to a cashier and you get a.
I want mine coming out of the ATM.
Yeah. So we were gonna go online for it, but then they said that the ATM ran out of cupcakes.
Oh wow!
So we had to. They said you had to
popular
give it
day.
Yeah, you had to give it about 15 minutes or so they can restock it, and then we had to probably wait another 15 minutes in line. So unfortunately, I can't give you a description of the Sprinkles cupcakes because we didn't eat there yet. Okay. So from there, You're just walking around the town center. That was the only 2. The deluxe burgers was the only place that I ate, but there's also the Daily Platoon, which they serve fries there, and then there's also the Amaretti's pastries, which they serve pastries there. I kind of got a glance at it. There's so much to see there, and there's also with the Lime parking garage. It kind of flows seamlessly with the town center. Like there's this escalator with this nice walkway into the town center, and once you're down the escalators, there's this nice beautiful fountain to introduce you, which is really nice. And cool. So I haven't experienced the Lime garage, but I'm pretty sure it's not too far off from the Orange parking garage. Right. But it's like it's closer to the marketplace, so like literally it takes you right down into the marketplace side, but it leads you right to the town center.
Okay.
So you're not in the marketplace, or you're not in like anywhere else. It's like right in the town center. And then if you take a right, you can see the World of Disney store right there. And so for me, it's almost like, wow, I haven't seen the side entrance of the World Disney store in a long time because it's been covered in construction. Now it seems like it just flows right in there. Like you can just enter into the world of Disney. And I feel like now that the road less traveled is going to be like going through at the other side, where Pier 39 is, and no, Paradise, is it Paradise 39?
Paradisia 37.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, whatever that restaurant is over there, and where the hangar bar is, and where the
Yeah, Paradisia 37. Yep.
yeah, exactly, yeah. I feel like that's gonna be the road less traveled because everyone wants to just go through the town center, and like literally, I enter through the orange parking garage, and you kind of like you take a right, and there's the archway to the town center. And so then you can just like cross there, and it's quicker to get to the marketplace that way. If you just walk through the town center and then you enter on the side of the World Disney, the Lego store. So it almost feels like if you ever seen the movie Cars, people are going to be taking the highway all the time and not taking like the fancy, like the more scenic route, I should say. Right. So everyone's going to be just scooting through the town center, and if you want to get to marketplace and if you're over on that side, it's like better scenery. So why wouldn't you? But yeah, so that was my experience over the town center. I think it's definitely a great addition to Disney, and just a lot to look at if you're interested in shopping. Great shopping locations there, and if you're interested in food, there's also some great food there, and also there's a lot of benches there you can just chill out, and also like the Welcome Center, the Disney. I just said this. I'm sorry. I just drew a blank.
The customer service.
Yeah. The customer. Wow. What is the name of it? I just had it. The guest relations. Wow. The guest relation welcome center. That's right in the middle of everything, and they have like this nice seating area where like rocking chairs, and someone's like, you can just sit down, just like a good place that people watch too. Cool. That's a good place for that. So yeah, it sounds great. I'm
really excited to get there.
Yeah, so that's a fun segment, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed it this week.
Very awesome. Definitely check out the video, everyone.
Yes. Also on YouTube. So we have a town center video. Also, probably by the time this video comes up in this podcast, it will be Monday. We're filming this on Sunday, so I'm going to say right now, go check out our part 1 of the video series, The Road to the Disney Pins Blog 2016 Gathering. Video series is a 5-part video series. We're posting a video every day starting today, May 23rd. All the way through May 27th is going to be part 5. So part 1 is we're picking up Ryan from the airport, and we're kind of going to the first day. We take a side trip to Walmart, which is pretty fun.
Yeah.
And we kind of see a little room tour of Ryan's room. Day 2, we visit one of our sponsors' locations, and we see all the great pins he has to offer over there. Day 3 is the day before the event, and so we're kind of picking up some last minute items, doing some errands, kind of showing around, and we get a sneak peek of the of how we do the podcast, as well as the Disney Parks tag video that we did. Part 4 is the actual event. So Megan's going around vlogging while we're doing work. She's vlogging, capturing the essence of all the event, all the great stuff there. And part 5, we're going to give you an inside look at the 3 pins that we released at the event, the BB-8, the Boba Fett, and our new Disney Pins blog pin that we released there. So it's a 5-part series. It was a great fun. I know, Ryan, you haven't seen most of the footage, so you're probably excited to see that. You're probably going to see it just like everybody else. I've been working really hard at editing these videos.
I'm super excited to see it. I really cannot wait.
Yeah, so it should be up every day at that particular day at 8 a.m. And they will be posted. Okay. So look forward to that. And also check out the Town Center video. It looks great. We had a good time. If you want like a good overview of what the Town Center looks like, the Town Center's there. And then also as a quick reminder, there is no podcast next week. We're taking a break, but there is going to be a Disney Parks tag video that's going to be on YouTube, and you'll be able to listen to it through iTunes and our website. So, yeah.
All right. Cool. Well, thanks for listening and watching, everyone. That'll do it for episode 42. And we'll be back in 2 weeks.
Yes. See you in 2 weeks, guys.
All right. See you, everyone.
See you. Have a great Memorial Day.
Yeah.
Yeah.